Hi everyone, it's Carmen, a mom with a vision. I'm 39 weeks today, which means it's getting super close. I'm so excited, I can't wait to meet Sasha. And I thought I would tell you today what I think is essential to have for a baby and what I think is superfluous, unnecessary, probably even bad to have. Okay, I'll start with all the things that I have. I've put them all up here and I will show you. Number one, you can already see number one. I think the most important thing a baby needs is their mom. I think it's just, so necessary that you have skin to skin with your baby as often as possible, especially in the first few weeks. It is important that you breastfeed if you can. Of course, there might be reasons that you can't, but often you can work it out. Try to find a lactation consultant. They can help you. And the World Health Organization recommends exclusive breastfeeding until 6 months of age, and then basically as long as you want to. And at least they recommend 2 years, but you can breastfeed for, I don't know, as long as you want. Years. But breast milk is not only food for the baby, it's also just closeness, feeling you. So if you can't breastfeed, then have skin to skin as often as possible. Hold the baby close to you while you bottle feed it. So I think just being with their mom is the most important. My number two item, which is an item, is a sling or wrap. We got this wrap here. It's it's super long. It's I think 5 or 6 meters long. You wrap it around your body, then you put baby in, and then you wrap it even more. I know one type of wrapping. I was shown that by a baby wearing consultant. And so I thought we would stick with this one type of wrapping in the beginning and then just learn as we go. And again, a wrap just makes sure that you have your baby with you at all times. I don't think that a pram is a good idea. If you look around, then often you see moms or dads pushing the pram but having the baby on the arm, on their arm, because babies don't want to be put down. They want to be with their mom or their dad. They want to be held. They want to feel them. They want to smell them, and they don't want to be put down in a pram, probably not even seeing their parents. So I think a sling or a wrap is the best option here. And number three is muslin cloths. That was basically the first thing I bought, and I've got hundreds now. Not hundreds, but this whole box is full. I think it's 40 normal muslin cloths, and then I have, so here is one, and then I have about 20 other burp cloths and whatnot, but I want to use the muslin cloths as nappies as well. So I thought, I need heaps of them. And there's so many things you can use them for. Burp cloths, shade cloth, when your child is sick and you wanna wrap it up with cold wraps to lower the fever. What else can you use it for? Now I can't even think because there's so many possibilities. So I want to use them as nappies as well. And because it's so hot, I don't even think that we would need lots of clothes in the beginning. As long as we stay at home, we don't really need anything. But of course I do have some clothes as well. So my three main items is mom, a baby needs a wrap to be still close to mom, and a baby needs lots and lots and lots of muslins. And then next would be the baby clothes, but like I said, I don't expect her to be out a lot, so this is my stash for the beginning. A few bodies, a few socks when it might get cold. Yeah, what else? A few hats. Not many pants, because yeah, we want to also do elimination communication. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so it's mainly bodies or just shirts. Okay, I do have some nappies. Modern cloth nappies. These are the nappies, and these are the inserts. And then of course, like I said, the muslin cloths. By the way, all of what you can see is, except for the wrap, is from op shops, because yeah, I don't see the point in buying everything new. We did get a few clothes from family, and I think, oh, now I get a call. Well, I just won't answer it. So I do think that yeah, you don't have to buy things new. Even the nappies are all secondhand. But yeah, like I said, we want to do elimination communication, which means you listen to your baby's cues, and a baby can tell you when it has to pee or poo, just like it tells you when it's hungry, when it's hot, when it's tired. There are different different cries or different cues. And if you listen, then you will learn when the baby has to pee, and then you can react, and then you just take the nappy off, or maybe don't even have a nappy on. Hold it over a pot, over the toilet, over a sink, and maybe even have like a signal. Could be just a sound like or you say, oh, do you want to pee, or whatever, so that the baby learns to associate that word or that sound with peeing, or the same for pooing. And then yeah, then they pee or poo if they have to, and if they don't have to, then well, they don't. But so that's a way of communicating. What else do we have? These are my homemade wet wipes. So far they're not wet, but this is just cut up towels, and then as soon as Sasha is here, I will pour some boiled or distilled water over it. You can mix it up with a little bit of soap or with a little bit of oil or both, but I think just water is fine. That's basically enough. Yeah, because as you know, I'm zero waste, so I don't want to use any disposable wet wipes or disposable cloth nappies. So yeah, I made everything cloth. What else do we have? I have a few bath towels, just because they were cute. I saw them in an op shop as well. They were $2 each, so I thought I would get them. We also have a baby bath. I think it's nice to have one. I wouldn't have bought it because I think it's not super necessary, but again, we got that from family. So now that we have one, of course we will use it. Not in the first few days. I don't want to bathe her in the first few days. I want the vernix to really sink into the skin, and yeah, don't wash it off. And then the last thing that I want to show you is that beautiful baby quilt that I got from my friend Stacy. She made it handmade with love from Stacy. Hope you can see it. And this is just the most gorgeous gift I ever got. It's so pretty. I can't wait to use it and put Sasha on it. It even has like a plastic layer that you can take off, so we could put it on the wet grass and then just take it off and wash it. And yeah, that's so pretty. She only used pieces of fabric that she had left over, because she also knows that I'm zero waste, so she didn't buy anything new, just used up what she already had. Okay, so in very short, what I think a baby doesn't need is a nursery. You don't want to put your baby in a separate room. I mean, if you have a spare room and you want to make it nice, go for it, but just don't put your baby to sleep in that room. A baby wants to be with you as close as possible, also during the night, and it was in your belly for 9 months. Do you really think it wants to sleep in a separate room now? You're sleeping with your partner, husband, boyfriend. Why do you not have your baby with you? That's just as much family as your partner. I also think changing table is overrated. I mean, we want to do the elimination communication, so I will probably not change that many nappies, but just hold her over a potty or a sink or whatever. But if I do change her, I can do that on the bed, I can do it on the couch. So yeah, I don't see a point in spending, I don't know, baby stuff is so expensive, and I can spend those $200 or $300 that a changing table would cost on other things. I also think a play mat is not really a good thing, like where the babies lie and they have all these plastic shit dangling over their heads, and this is just kind of, yeah, dumping your baby somewhere and leave it to themselves. I think, again, have your baby with you in a wrap. You have both hands free. You can do whatever you want, and the baby still feels safe and is snuggled up to you. A pacifier is something that I don't think I would ever use. You are even advised against using it in the first, I think, 6 weeks, because otherwise it could lead to nipple confusion, because a pacifier and also a bottle is so much different from a breast that they might not latch properly then, because they're used to the pacifier or the bottle. So yeah, I don't see why you would need that. And the last thing that I will not use is anything like shampoo or body wash. A baby isn't dirty, so why would you use any chemicals? And even if you get something really natural, what for? A baby isn't dirty, so just bathe it in some water if you want to bathe it, and yeah, that should do it for the first at least year, I would say. Okay, so that was my update for this week. Maybe see you next week. If you don't hear from me in a few weeks, then you can assume that Sasha is born, and so I don't have time anymore. Well, thanks for watching, and thanks for being. Bye!